My name's Lily. Welcome to my channel. Well, okay. I haven't posted a whole lot of anything because I keep wanting to make YouTube videos, but I keep having this mindset of, oh, I don't have a good camera. I don't have any camera. Nobody's gonna watch it. Why should I bother? What if people make fun of me? Blah, 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 blah. But I really want to make videos and I really want to post content, even if it's just for me. As something that I can look back on months, years down the line and like, oh, where was I at? So today I watched another video of somebody talking about reasons to attend the college that they go to, and it made me start thinking about why I love where I go to school. I go to Rhode Island College. I'm starting my third year this fall, and so I have 2 years under my belt, 2 very different years. I had 2 very different experiences between those 2 years, and so I thought I would talk about why I really like where I ended up. So initially I didn't want to go to RIC at all. Like, applied because it was in-state and that was the only reason I applied. I was like, I'm not gonna go there, I'm just applying because my mom wanted me to. But at the end of my first year, I was so happy that that's where I was, and I still am. So here are 10 reasons why I love being a student at Rhode Island College. The first reason that I love being at RIC is tuition. I'm in-state. It's not a super duper expensive school compared to other schools I applied to, compared to other schools out there. Generally speaking, it's affordable. Even for out of state. I know that out of state is definitely more expensive, but it's still more affordable than, say, the University of Rhode Island or Johnson & Wales or Roger Williams University, all of which are also around here, but far more expensive. The second reason I love RIC is my program. I am currently a music major, auditioning for vocal performance later this year, and I love the faculty that I work with every day. I love the students in my program. I love making music with them. I love learning from them. And the program itself is just really amazing, and we have some really qualified and some really amazing professors and teachers, and I don't know, I couldn't see myself doing music anywhere else at this point. Another thing I really love about RIC is the size of the actual school. It is the smallest school that I applied to by far, and I really didn't want to go to a small school. I graduated from a high school that had around 1,200 kids, give or take, and obviously RIC is bigger than that. But coming from a place like that, I wanted to go somewhere huge, like Temple University in Philadelphia, or Syracuse up in Syracuse, New York. But I mean, financially I ended up at RIC, and I was so afraid that it would be like 13th grade and I would be seeing people I graduated with left and right and running into people that I know all over the place, when that's not what happens at all. I see the people in my program all the time because all of our classes are in one building, but I mean, walking around campus, I don't really run into that many people I know, whether I want to run into them or they're people I don't want to see. And so for the size of the campus, that's kind of incredible, because I was very afraid of just running into the same people over and over again, especially people that I was like, we're gonna leave that in high school, you know what I mean? So another really great thing about RIC is the class sizes. I have, even in my gen eds, because the music classes are all smaller, because there are only so many of us, but even my gen eds, I've yet to have a class bigger than a class I would have had in high school. So like maxing out around 28 to 30 people. Whereas like when you think of a really big school, you think of like, oh, these lectures in a giant hall with, you know, 80 to 100 people where the professor never actually knows who you are. But I like the smaller classes because then the professors can really focus on like, okay, who needs help? What is working with this particular group of people? What's not working? Instead of just speaking at a room of 100 people and hoping that they're paying attention, even though professors don't really care, I guess, because it's college. You're supposed to be an adult. That being said, I know we do have bigger classes. Like there's a Psychology 101 gen ed that is a huge lecture of a lot of people. I didn't take it. I took a sociology class for that requirement. But that's really the only class I've heard of being that big, is that one psychology class. So reason number 5, at RIC we have real professors. We are taught by people who are actual professors hired by the school, not TAs. I know that at a lot of bigger colleges and like more expensive schools where professors are there and they do research and stuff like that, people get taught by TAs a lot. Not us. I only have one friend who had a class where they were taught by a TA, but they weren't even taught by the TA. They were taught by the professor and the TA. So they still had the professor there and they were having the experience learning from the professor who's been doing this for who knows how long. And branching off of that, reason number 6 that I love RIC is a lot of the professors are really good. I have had my fair share of professors that I was not a fan of, that didn't mesh well with me as a learner, but overall I've had a lot of luck and they're all really knowledgeable, and for the most part they're pretty approachable, and even if they're not approachable face to face, you can always email them with questions and things like that, and which is helpful. That was awkward. Reason number 7 is free parking. We are a really heavy commuter school. I have lived on campus the past 2 years and will be living on campus again this year. But whether you live there or whether you're a commuter, your parking pass is free. Faculty, students, free. Which is really great because I have a lot of friends who go to schools where even if they're a commuter, their parking pass is an extra like $300 or something like that, which is really crazy to me. So being able to have a car so I can like have a job off campus if I wanted. I can go do things. I can go to the grocery store and get food for my room. I can go home when I need something because I don't live too far away. Having a car is so helpful, and a lot of freshmen will like skip out on that because of having to pay for parking, which makes sense. So I'm just really grateful that we have free parking and I didn't have to like leave my car at home, because at that time I was working off campus and I was commuting to work 3 or 4 days a week. In addition to, I still took dance classes at the studio I was with in high school, so I had to drive there another 2 days a week. And so, you know, free parking and having my car was just really helpful for me. And still being able to have it is great because my friends who don't drive, my friends who don't have cars, who don't bring them, I have one. So we can go do things. We can go get food. We can go out to dinner. We can go do whatever. And I just find it really convenient. Reason number 8 I love RIC is the campus life. So like I said, we're a really heavy commuter school. So there are always like vacancies in the residence halls. I'm dying. There are always vacancies in the residence halls. Meaning that there aren't really a whole lot of us in comparison to how many like students there are at the school. But we make our own community and we have our own events. And campus life really is what you make of it. So I've had a blast living on campus the past 2 years. It's how I made a lot of my friends. And I always look forward to moving back in when it comes time for move-in in August, just because I love being there so much. And also, it's really convenient because I have crazy class schedules, like 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. with clubs and other on-campus activities that commuting would just be a pain in the butt for. So I love living on campus, but campus life can really be amazing if you get involved and if you make friends and if you talk to your suite mates and your roommates and you actually like create friendships, which I learned after not making any friends my first semester. And then in the spring I went ahead and made friends, and I loved living on campus even more because I had all these people around all the time. And it was just so much fun. Reason number 9 that I love Rhode Island College is all of the opportunities to be involved on campus. Which I guess also ties into number 10, which is the variety of student activities, so let's talk about them together. We have so many clubs and different ways to be involved on campus. Like we have student government, and I'm a part of the ballroom club, and I am planning on rushing for Greek life this fall, so hopefully I'll be involved in that as well. We have a group called Sojourn that is, they're like religious based, but they do other activities that are not based on the religion aspect, so that more people can be involved, which is like awesome because I personally wouldn't go to like the really religious stuff because that's just not me. But like, oh, we decorate stockings for Christmas, and we make like cards for kids at the children's hospital, and we go and deliver them and all this great stuff. I have friends who were part of radio, and I have friends who were in the a cappella group, and friends who are part of the fraternities and sororities and our co-ed siblinghood in Greek life. We just have so much stuff. There's the Resident Students Association. When you're in the dorms, we have Hall Council, which plans events for the residents. Being an RA is another way to get involved. So when people talk about like, oh, college, like people will talk about RIC being boring, but I really only find that it's boring if you don't try to get involved, because there are just so many ways. Like there's always something going on. Whether you're interested in it or not is a different story, but you can always find a way to get involved with other people on campus, whether it's hanging out in a common room and playing video games, or being part of a club, being part of a group, whatever it may be. There's just so many ways for everybody to get involved, and I think that that's so awesome. So thanks for watching. I'm going to try to post more videos as I think of them, because I really do think that this is fun. I do enjoy making YouTube videos. And I'm going to stop being a little baby about, oh, I don't have the means to make them, because that has nothing to do with it. And just make videos for me, because that's the important thing, is that I'm having a good time making videos for YouTube, which I think is really fun. So... Wow, I'm really awkward. Thanks again for watching the video and dealing with me and my awkwardness. Okay, bye.